Good morning, everyone. So, just to let you know, another thing I have going on is, when you grow stuff from seed, when you do most of your stuff from seed, like I do, pretty much everything I grow, I started myself. Succulents, even though I don't start from seed, all of these here all started from just little clippings. Rarely do I buy plants from Home Depot or a nursery, unless it's for a client and I need it now. A lot of my clients that I already, I work for, I pretty much already know what they're going to want, what they're going to want to see. They also let me know what they also want to see, and so that gives me time to get the seeds together, start germinating, start the transplanting process from tiny pots to a small pot to a medium pot, and then into the ground. So now that it's July, coming on August, it's time to kind of start thinking. Even though the summer garden of tomatoes, cucumbers, squashes, zucchini, watermelon, pumpkins, the whole lot is still going. Everything is still going. Not yet ready to start, autumn, fall plantings. So I look forward to spring. My fall, my winter gardens are not usually all that great. The sun, I have issues. The sun doesn't exactly hit my plots. The sun doesn't get to my plots, to my garden beds that well during the winter, so it makes it even harder for me to do winter crops such as lettuces, romaines, greens such as those kind of plants, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. So I tend to focus on my spring. Okay. This year I'm actually going to do a lot of flowers. Every year I'm always kind of late when it comes to flowers. I'm like, why didn't I start those? Why didn't I know? Why didn't I know? Pretty much. So I picked up a lot of flower seeds. This is the first time I've ever had this many flower seeds. Ever. Everything has always been an edible. So all of these here, read the package, plant 10, 12 weeks before last frost, which is about January, February. My last frost is usually the last week of February. Sometimes they'll go into like the first week of March. So if I have these started by February, that'll be 4 weeks already, in a tiny little container, little pot as a seedling. And then by the time April comes around, I'll be able to plant. So what I do is what I've done is I picked up a ton of seeds. I've read the back of every single one of them, and I'm starting a list of what needs to be started and when. So cut flowers start on March 2014, pansies February 2014, cosmos March 2014, love vine, poppy, zinnia, echinacea, butterfly flower, English daisy, carnation, and another zinnia. It's an awesome flower, giant violet green queen. So these are all the flowers I have. Quite a few. The love vine, that's cool. English daisy, butterfly flower. So this is another zinnia. So there's two of them. It's interesting. They don't look very. So this is old Mexico. Yeah, I don't know. California poppy. And I also have some seeds that I need to start now. So, such as the onions, I gotta get these in. I gotta toss these into a tray and get them started so I can, get the little bulbs developed, pull them out, and then plant them in the ground come October. So there's 3 different varieties of onions here. Got the white, sweet Spanish, and a yellow, or cebola. Also have some cactus seeds. This is a variety, mixed variety. These you can plant anytime. That's just for fun right now. Some chives. My chives died off. And usually with chives, I plant them once. They produce little purple flowers, and each one has a ton of seeds. And I usually just pick the flower off and bury them in the ground next to the plant. And I did that, and for some reason they didn't take, so I got to start fresh with those. Same with the cumin. I want to try cumin again. I tried once, it didn't do so well. I'm going to give it another try. Chamomile and foxglove. Now some of these flowers you do have to do like really early. Some of them take 365 days before they're ready, before they start to flower. I'm trying to remember which one it is. There's one of these here that takes a year of growth before it flowers. But all of these are annuals or perennials. Some will come back the following year, some won't. Which I'm only trying to do annuals. I don't really want perennials, because gardens are constantly changing. So even though your summer garden, your summer spring garden, everything's doing well, when you grow from seed, you have to think forward. You have to think about what you're going to grow next, since everything takes a while to start from seed and to planting into the ground. My tomatoes, I started them in January of 2013 of this year. Same with the peppers. Actually started the peppers in February. And I just finished planting the last of the peppers that I grew back in February into a friend's garden, and it's July. So, and those peppers I didn't just hold on to. I just couldn't find a home for them. So I held on to them and just kept transplanting them to larger pots so that they'll continue to grow and not get root bound. But I finally found a home for them. So any of my followers, fellow gardeners, you always have to think in advance what you're going to do next, especially if you do it from seed. Alright? So I'm telling you, start planting your spring garden, or your fall garden, or your autumn garden, or your winter garden. Start those seeds. Get it going. Alright? That's it. Peace.